Hi, welcome to my individual reflection video. Let's start off with some opening questions. So, who am I? My name is Guida. I am the co-founder of Rookie Rye, an app built to help first-year Ryerson students adjust to Ryerson University life. I am a second-year student at Ryerson University who is obtaining a bachelor's degree in creative industries with a specialization in interior design and graphic communication. I'm also a commuter student who is not from the big city and therefore understands the many struggles of new Ryerson students. Where did I start? I started this course at a very preliminary place. As I explained above, I am definitely more of a creative than a businesswoman. I have never personally ventured into the business world prior to starting post-secondary, so courses like ENT 500 are very daunting for me. I didn't know many people in the class, I had read reviews of the class that were very intimidating, and I was slightly overwhelmed by the number of business majors that were in the class. To be honest, I was worried that I was starting at a point that was very behind most of my classmates. What was I afraid of? Something I was afraid of when starting this course was how intense the workload was going to be. Professor Wise, from the very beginning of the semester, was completely transparent about just how hard the course is, how many students have been known to drop the course, and how a lot of hard, continuous work would have to be in store. He also warned that this course is not for first-year students, which was slightly daunting for me as I'm only a second-year student. Creating Rookie Rye would not have been possible without my three fellow co-founders, Victor, Zach, and Jason. They are all in Ted Rogers School of Management. This was helpful, knowing that I had experienced business-minded people by my side if I ever needed assistance. Phase 1 is all about preparing to start up. We learned about the lean startup methodology and how to use it to build our venture. We also gained a preliminary understanding about entrepreneurship in the 21st century. And finally, we learned to create SMART goals. All in all, as a team, we really just got to know each other in order to understand each of our strengths and areas of improvement as a unit. With this, we could then prepare for the future of our cohesive startup journey. In Phase 2, we focus on finding the customers we are best suited to serve and the problems they needed solved. These were the pillars on which our new venture was built. In Phase 2, we began by running a series of customer interviews, and then by the end of Phase 2, we had a defined problem statement that our startup would address. We as a team came to the conclusion that we are all Ryerson students. We are all in our early 20s, and we could agree that yet still today, being second, third, and fourth year students, university life was very overwhelming. In Phase 3, we explored, tested, and determined our unique value proposition. We did this through conducting further research about competitors and then crafting our initial offer through conducting customer validation interviews. This confirmed that our solution was something early adopters wanted and were willing to pay actual money for. Within this process, we as a team came up with the idea that something must be put in place to help with this overwhelming feeling that is attached to university life. Through pivoting ideas within customer interview processes, we were able to come up with the very beginning of our solution, a new and improvised Ryerson app geared to relieve the stress associated with adapting to university life. Phase 4 was all about the very beginning of actually creating our venture. We had to work as a team to set up preliminary aspects of the business such as the official name, brand, social media, and financing. In this final push, we really began to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We had been working for a while as a team, understood what made us strong, and could confidently say we had a successful idea. Rookie Rye started to become a real thing for us, and this was all something that we were very, very excited about. And finally, here are some closing questions. What changed? How do you feel now? A major thing that changed for me while taking this course was my confidence. I learned that business is part of any startup, and in order to be a creative entrepreneur as I aspire to be, I need to be well-rounded. Though it seemed daunting at first, this course ended up being extremely helpful and manageable for even someone not business-minded like me. The key to this course is working hard, keeping up, and staying positive. As stated above, I can now say that I feel confident in my business skills. I know that anything that comes my way, though it may be overwhelming, can be accomplished. and if I set my mind to things and put in the dedication, that I can be successful in the startup world in all aspects. How does it end? How do I feel now? It ends with me feeling hopeful. I feel hopeful towards the future of my career, with help of both business and creative skills under my belt. I may have been very doubtful at the beginning of this course, but now that it's over, I can genuinely say that it was worth it. It was worth the long nights, the endless group conversations, and the heavy workload. Because now I can say that I can do it. I can accomplish any task I put my mind to. ENT 500 allowed me to be excited for my professional future.